We're
Hey
live.
guys, welcome
What it
back.
do? What it do?
Thank you so
What's
much
up?
for
What's up?
subscribing.
What's up?
We are
What's
so
up?
excited to see all the new followers and subscribers on YouTube. Thank you guys.
Oh
So
yeah.
where are we on? You mentioned that we are 75
What
subscribers.
on YouTube?
Yeah,
15.
50.
but
yo,
but
yo, yo,
but
yo. I'm gonna come
but
find y'all. I'm gonna come
but
find y'all.
You
but
guys
check
are the
this
worst
out.
marketing crew ever.
But check this out. When we get 1,000 followers, you know what I'm saying? When we get 1,000 followers, a lucky follower is gonna go out on a blind date with
What? Just me? We can
Oscar.
do both.
Nah, it's you. We're
You,
auctioning
bro,
you
you.
off.
You man,
We
damn.
get a lot of questions in, guys, about Oscar's relationship
Oh
status.
my god.
So,
Yeah.
ladies, subscribe.
Yep.
You guys are hilarious.
He might take you to roof, Chris. Dinner's on him.
I'm like.
What?
Anyways, how you guys doing today?
Good,
We're
man.
obviously good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What do you guys have? What are you guys excited about for this week coming up, or just in general?
Well, I've been excited because I went back to the gym. I feel good. I feel motivated. Earlier this year, since the beginning of this year, I've been saying I need to go to the gym. I need to go to the gym. And I went like once and like months passed.
Mm.
Then I go again.
That's my story.
Yeah. So this time I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And I
Yeah.
just went with the flow, signed up, and I've been feeling good.
That's
Let's
what's
go.
up, man. I'm
Yeah.
proud of you, man. Cause
Thank you.
I'm about to take that leap again too, man. I'm about to take that leap again because like I started working out in the beginning of the year. We were doing 75 hard, and then I just let my foot injury get to me too much, and I fell off. So we about to go
Went
in.
in deep.
Hey,
Yeah, come back.
hey, and check this out. Actually, by the time y'all guys hear all these clips, if y'all want to tag along 75 hard with us, we would appreciate it.
And we'll
Yes.
share your stuff.
We can start a new chat group. We can do whatever, you know what I'm saying? We can
Mhm.
all be like helpful towards
Accountability.
each other. Accountability. Matter of fact, we should start a Telegram
Yeah.
like junk for 75 hard for skin in the game.
What was that?
Telegram is like a texting app.
Oh, like group me.
Yeah, but they gotta subscribe to your Telegram in order for them to have like a group chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like private ish. Pretty
Oh,
much.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. I got you.
Yeah,
Cool.
so keep on lookout for that, man. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do big things here. Not just entrepreneurship. It's about feeling good, looking good.
Total transformations.
Yeah. And Patrick and David, you want to elaborate a little bit on this?
On.
Matter of fact, after we ask you what you're excited about,
Okay.
after that, elaborate a little bit on like the 75 hard thing.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So, I got a lot of things I'm excited about. I'm super excited. One of the main things that I'm really excited about is this lady right here, this young lady right here. She inspired me to start waking up super early again and going to the gym early. I was like, I can't have her do that with. I was like, heck no, bro, heck no.
I was like,
So
ring, ring, ring one morning.
two morning, ring, ring, ring. Third morning, I'm like, yo, hello, wake up, where are you? And I'm super excited. I feel great. I'm super energized, and I've been meaning to do this, but I'm telling you guys, people don't like accountability. It sucks.
It's awkward.
It sucks when somebody tells you, "Hey, are you doing this?" Or you told me you want this. You told me you want to do this, this, and that for your family or for yourself. What's up? Like, you know what I mean? And it comes to the point that you don't even gotta say that. It's just, hey, you know what? Damn, I can't do this, bro. I can't let this happen. You know, it comes with, it's like accountability goes hand in hand with friendly competition. Would you guys agree on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it spicy. Keep it alive. Keep it fun.
Yeah, for me, from experience, like I used to hate accountability because I used to feel like I failed. Well, I failed. You know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't go to the gym or if I didn't do something correctly or whatever, I get accounted for. Accountability partner to tell you, yo, why you slacking, bruh? you know. And I used and you know me, what I used to think was like, man, shut up.
Yeah,
But
you're
But really,
annoying.
it's like you're mad at yourself for
Yeah.
failing
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, but it's good.
That's okay.
Accountability is good. It's a little awkward, like I said, but it's good.
Yeah.
Keep you on your toes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to Greg Brown. That dude, man, he terrorized me for like a year. Always hold me accountable to that. I used to hate it. I'm like, one day I swear I'm gonna swing on this dude. You
Oh,
know,
you talking
but
about Evo?
yeah, he was shout out Evo, Greg Brown. I'm like, man, I used to just like hold myself back and I'm like, but I'm glad that he did because you know that made me tougher and we all need accountability. Like I was just talking to my coach Chris Hart, and I was like, Chris, I need you to hold me accountable, man. I need help with this, and that, and I need you to hold me accountable. He was like, oh, that's easy. I got you. You know what I mean? And sometimes, like you said, we run away from accountability because it's our ego getting hurt because we say that it's like we got to keep our word, but we don't. So accountability is everything.
Yeah.
But going back to what you say, I'm excited about, you know, waking up every day, going to the gym early. I'm excited about, you know, getting started on my business plan for this year coming up. And just this year coming up, I'm already working. I've been working on it already, like on myself for the year coming up. But now I'm like, all right, you said you're ready. You're just gonna hit me up. By the way, tomorrow we're starting, for example, tomorrow we're starting 75 hard. I'm ready for that. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I've been prepping. That's why I started going twice a day to the gym just to get in the habit because I need to like warm up. That's what
Yeah.
December's for.
So what is 75 hard? 75 hard is two workouts. One must be outside. It doesn't matter if it's raining. It doesn't matter if it's cold. It doesn't matter if it's snowing.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter. One must be outside. Both got to be 45 minutes. Got to drink a gallon of water.
Hmm.
No alcohol. No
Mm.
drugs.
Actually, what it says here is follow a diet. While it can be a diet of your choosing, the diet must be structured eating plan with the goal of physical improvement. No alcohol or meals outside your chosen diet are allowed. Then complete 245 minutes, one inside, one outside. Take a progress picture, drink 1 gallon of water, and read 10 pages of a book.
Also, no marijuana.
It doesn't say that on there.
Yeah, it's no drugs. It's alcohol and drugs.
Plus, you're reading it from the Forbes article.
Yeah, you're not
That's
reading
the
it.
bootleg 75 hard.
Yeah, let me show you from
Andy
Andy
Frisella.
Frisella.
75 hard.
Yeah.
Like he said,
You guys are beating me up.
look, the eating part is kind of easy because he pretty much said
Just no junk food.
just try not to eat dirty.
Okay.
Try to eat clean. Don't overdo it. Like don't be a vegan overnight or
Right,
nothing like
right.
that. You
Realistic
know what I mean?
changes.
Realistic changes. Like, yo, he said, I'm sorry, I'm about to cuss, but he was like, you eat too many Snickers, you fat fuck. You eat too many Snickers. Stop eating Snickers. That'll be
Yeah.
a diet.
Hey,
You
he
can
loves
eat-
French
you can
fries
eat-
and beer.
He like you can eat all the lasagna you want. Just stop eating Snickers. That'll be your diet.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
hard.
You
for
know,
the
so you
person.
just
It's hard.
gotta realize what is wrong with you, what you eat that's wrong. Like me, I don't
Mhm.
really eat a lot of wrong stuff. My liquids, my beer, my alcohol, liquor, soda,
Mhm.
juices, you know,
Sugar.
orange
Sugar,
juice.
sugars. I'll
Yeah,
convert.
sugar. That's my kryptonite. The sugar.
Me too. Mine is sugar too.
Yeah, so that and this is going great. Excited for this podcast. What's there to come? We got guests coming in this year coming in. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for that. I'm excited to
Yeah.
have crucial conversations with. By the way, guys, that's another great book for kids, partners, business partners. Crucial conversations. Man, that is
Oh, I thought I was waiting for the title.
that is. It's called
Yeah,
Crucial Conversations.
Okay.
Crucial Conversations. That's a really good book.
What is it about?
It's about like how to talk to people.
Communication
You know,
skills.
absolutely. Like let's say for example, like we're having issues or something's going on, and you know, there's a way, there's a time, place, and a way to say things.
Right. Like
And
NLP.
we were talking about this the other day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Like NLP, neuro linguistic programming, you tailor yourself to how that person is going to receive the information best.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like for example, we were in the office one time, and I was bump head with this other Marine, Steven. Shout
Oh,
out Steven.
Steve.
Yo, I be bumping heads with this dude, right? Because we're both like alpha, so we're like,
bruh, before you go, right? When we were in Florida, I thought there was about a wreck, like in front of the stage, in front of all the coaches and everything. And I'm just like, yo, get ready to swing on this big ass dude, bro.
Yeah. So we always, and then we were going at it, and then Asha came, and she was like, crucial conversations. I was like, oh man, she got me. You're right. So there's a time and a place to talk to people, and there's a way to talk to people because we all like to be spoken a certain way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's not just, oh, you're an idiot. Like, nah, man. Like for example, when we have our conversations, I'm like, I'll wait a couple days and I'm like, hey, what do you guys think about this, this, and that? Like, do you think, that's
Mhm,
way better
mhm,
than, yeah, exactly.
mhm.
And
I agree.
I was that type of person. I was the type of
Yeah.
person to be like, you're an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
When I'm an idiot myself, you know what I mean? When I was an idiot, the biggest idiot myself. So it's like sometimes we gotta look inward and be like, okay, so what am I doing wrong? I'm not
You're
perfect.
literally calling yourself the idiot.
Absolutely. So how can we together get better? So yeah, that's what I'm excited about, guys.
About the Steve situation though, at Florida. Like I remember I seen that and I was like, oh, they better go at him. They better wreck. I'm like, what? Like everything's racing in my head because at first I thought, yeah, okay, they're just having a moment.
Yeah.
But then it was like, okay, this moment's getting out of hand.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But the beautiful part about that was that when we went to the hotel later that night, what didn't we go out to eat or
Mhm, we
we
did.
had a crucial conversation
Yeah.
in the hotel. We
Mhm.
literally was talking for like 2 hours, 3 hours,
Yeah.
deep conversations, and I think both of y'all ended up like not apologizing, but like
Coming together.
coming
Yeah.
together about it. The thing is, those type of friendships are really something to cherish, though, because this is, you know, he's not gonna keep his mouth shut, and neither are you, and y'all gonna say to each other how y'all feel, and y'all ain't keeping nothing back.
Mhm.
And I feel that's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And one thing that I love about, did you notice nobody got involved?
Everybody
Nobo-
just kept walking. Like, yeah.
Nobody got involved because
I
they're
was
like,
the only one looking like,
yeah. Because the thing is that we know that those are moments of growth. Those are moments of growth because if somebody gets involved, it's like Pat was talking about one time that it was one of the kids that fell in the pool, like the little baby fell in the pool, and then the middle brother, he was like terrified, he was crying, and then Pat was working inside his office in the house, and he was like, oh no 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 no, this, he's like, he's not going to the pool. Like he was literally like, he finished a meeting, he took off his clothes, and he was like, we're going to the pool. Because if that moment he was like, it's okay, baby, like don't go in the pool, like it's gonna be fine. No, those are the moments that you gotta face your fears. So then there's not gonna be a traumatic moment, and we're pushing and growing and say, no, it's okay, we're gonna be fine. And that's how we grow.
Yeah, because then that moment he's thinking he's going to use that like as a benchmark in the future to say, "Oh, when something difficult arises, I can bail out. I don't have to face anything. I don't
Mhm.
have to
Fight.
toughen up, grow, evolve essentially." So, he did do him a service there.
And that moment is like, and Chris was like, you know, like I was gonna fall back a little bit just to like be the bigger person. And Chris was like, nah, bro, you earned that seat. You're supposed to be sitting right here. You know what I mean? Handle it. Handle it. But don't fall back either. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how it works that I've never found any place anywhere else like that. That it's like, don't fall back. Like, don't fall back. But at the same time, it's like you earned that, but don't fight either. Like, don't get out
Be
of hand.
mature,
Yeah.
but you have your
hash it out like men,
And
like real men, not fighting, but like men.
but I
Yeah.
feel like that's so hard though, because then you got to put your ego to the side. You know what I mean?
well,
And
real man doesn't really have an ego.
it's hard. It was hard, but I was like, you know what? man, whatever. And then we talked about it, like you said, that night, and it was legit.
Yeah, for sure. That's yeah, that was a good joke. Hey, I know this is a little ran off, whatever, but you know, the new year is coming. You know what I'm saying? The new year's coming, and you know, you talking about Pat anyway. So I was hearing the old video of Pat talking about reinventing himself, you know, and how you can reinvent yourself every, you know, some people just do it, you know, oh, new year, new me. And some people make fun of that. Like I used to be the one that used to look at people and be like, oh, man, shut the F up, dog. New year, new me bullshit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because
Like-
low key inside, that's what your soul wants.
Yeah.
Is to be revamped.
So, and now that I look at it through that perspective, like Pat's perspective, it's like, yo, he's talking about reinvent yourself every 90 days.
Yeah, you gotta die and be reborn. That's
Yeah.
what it says in all religious things.
But that's
as
how you
well.
get better, right?
Yeah.
Is reinventing yourself. It's not like, oh, I'm brand new. You know, it's
Mhm.
just, oh, I'm gonna get
Like
better.
an upgrade.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
what would you say? What would you? We'll start with you. What would you say? It's one thing or three things that you can do that you are focused on to reinvent yourself, and so you can grow from that. What would you say three things are?
One that is not as easy as it sounds is to keep small promises to myself. Like if something that I really want to do, like let's say I've been waiting to make these like giant flowers that I want to use for my event venue. And I know that is something that will fulfill me on many different levels,
Mhm.
which will lead to something else. So I noticed that I like to kind of self-sabotage a little bit, and I don't do the things that I want to do because I'm like, oh, I have all these errands, I have all these things that I need to do for the house. So I put all these things in front of me as like noise essentially. But keeping those small promises is kind of like breaking that barrier of self-sabotage.
Okay.
The next thing is to stay hydrated because hydration matters for so many things of performance. And I guess the third thing would be journal more often.
Okay.
And I say that it doesn't seem like it's like a big thing, like, oh, go to the gym or lose 20 pounds or whatever. But journaling is like magic. What you write, you can manifest. Pain that you write down, you can like put away. You're like unpacking. So that in itself will help me with so many other things in my life.
Got
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Journaling, like just tracking everything. you're
Just
doing,
whatever. Like if you
write whatever's on your mind.
whatever's on your
Mhm.
mind. Let's say you are like, why do I feel this type of way when somebody says this to me? You can write that down, and then obviously more things will come to mind. So just go with the flow. But I guarantee you, in like 3 days, 2 days, if you're really paying attention to yourself, you're gonna get that answer.
Mm.
It's really transformative work.
Okay.
I highly recommend it. And get weird with yourself. It's okay.
Let's get
Oh,
weird.
I don't know about all that.
But, it's just between you and your book. Y'all laugh, but
No, I just he's funny. He's a funny guy.
Get
He's a
weird. The
funny-
first thing I thought was a colon cleanse.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be over here promoting colon cleanses once you do it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Today's episode promoted by colon hydrotherapy from blah blah blah.
Yeah, me like. All right, ask the question again, please.
So, what are three things that you are intentional about for reinventing
For
yourself
reinventing myself
in the next 90
In
days?
the next 90 days, will be in the next 30 days. Really, it'll be yo. I smoke a lot of weed, bro. I smoke a lot of weed. I'm keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
like I need to stop relying on it. I did it. I felt like a failure at the beginning of this year because I started the year with the whole new year. Okay, I'm gonna stop smoking, and I went a good 5 months, 4 or 5
Good.
months.
That's real good.
Even after I failed 75 hard, I forgot what day I was on. I still like stopped smoking. you know, and then eventually I picked it up again. But yo, it was let's just say half of this year I didn't smoke.
That's really good.
Half of this year. So I'm throwing it out in the air. 2023, I'm not smoking or drinking the whole year.
I can't
And
agree to all of that, me
that's
personally,
my
but
because I feel like I want to learn statistically and everything how my business can change from a year of smoking from a year of focusing because I feel
Mhm.
like smoking is just an escape, you know.
Mhm.
It's just an escape from all the stress and all everything. I come home from work and just smoke and boom, I'm happy.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But in reality, like you said, integration, integrate work with family. It's like you're thinking about work. You need to think about work. You need to think about business. It's not like when you have a business, you don't just flip the switch at 5 o'clock. And
Mhm.
that's basically
Mhm.
what I'm doing with marijuana.
Mm.
Is I go home, I flip the switch, I smoke, and I don't answer my phone or nothing.
Mm.
You
Well,
know,
I mean,
that's one.
yeah.
What's another one? You said three, right?
Mhm.
Well, I already said drinking and smoking. I gotta self doubt. I gotta stop doubting myself. Y'all know I have a problem with not saying I will.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Instead of I might or
I'm
if
gonna try.
or I'm gonna try. Yeah.
Try the journaling, and that self-doubt will fade away little by little.
Journaling. Yeah, I'll
Trust me.
try journaling.
Trust me.
And then third, gym. Gotta get more active. Got to. Got
Physically.
to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to look good on camera too. I ain't trying to have these man boobs up here. You know what I'm
In no time, you'll see.
saying? But yeah, what about you?
What about me? All right, cool. So, um, let's talk a little bit more about bad habits that are holding us back, whether it is in business, whether it is our personal life, whether it is our family. So, one of the hardest things for me that I'm working on, and I'm thanking you once again, is waking up at 5 o'clock. I will add journaling to my
Repertoire.
yes, to my habits.
Mhm.
Waking up in the morning, I listen to some Bible stuff. I did the 365 days Bible.
Okay.
Started from the beginning. I'm on day like 50, so I started that a couple months ago. And waking up, pray, gratitude. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Mainly gratitude, state of gratitude. That's what I do that all the time, anyways,
Mhm.
morning and
Mhm.
evening. But just being able to wake up in the morning, no matter what, how I feel, 5 o'clock, get your ass to the gym, bro. Get your ass to the gym.
Even if it's a day where you just show up and you're like dead, and but you're like, I made it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But you know what I noticed is that whenever those days and you just have the one more mentality,
Mhm.
one more, let me do one more, or fives. Okay, let me do five more reps. 10, okay. Five more, 15, five more, 20. You know what I mean? That
Mhm.
helped me a lot too
Yeah.
in those days. Okay, one more, one more, one more, one more. Okay, one more, five. Okay, let me get to five. Okay,
Mhm.
let me get one more. Let me get to 10.
Yeah.
It's just little, breaking it down a little. So waking up early in the morning, going to the gym no matter what, um, keeping my word, not to myself, but in general.
Mhm.
Like value my word more. Like the other day, I told you, hey, let's help out this young lady in Florida. You know, let me talk to you about it. Let's see how we can help her out to get her stuff going. Her content. And I called you the next day, and I was like, yo, let's talk about this. You call me. Was it you that called me or?
Yeah, I called you and I was like, yo, are we doing this or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, 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 yeah. And then I was like, okay, let's call this girl. We got it done. So that helps me. Like, this is awesome because what I was telling her too is like, I want to build a community of people that hold each other accountable, that are high performers, physical, family, business, challenging, and pushing people to get better, to go become an entrepreneur, become a part time entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta get better, bro. You gotta get better. Don't get stuck just for working that job. Yes, it's comfortable, but you know, we gotta do more.
That just said,
Like David Goggins will say, stay hard. So, you know, being more intentional,
yeah.
yes, purpose, like being more intentional to get better so I can inspire others.
yeah,
Because if I'm not keeping my word, if I'm not, you know, doing things that I'm gonna do, how can someone follow someone like that? You know what I mean? So it's great that you say that. You know, I'm gonna stop doing marijuana. I'm gonna stop doing alcohol because that took me to another level, bro. That really did.
yeah, yeah.
That
No,
took
I know it does. And like you said, you told me, you said, you know, you can do whatever you want, but what do you want to be?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How do you want to be viewed as? What do you want your identity to be? To yourself, not just other people,
Mhm.
but to yourself.
Something worth journaling about.
Like, what do you like? We were talking about that today. Like, what do you want? What do you want to be, man? What's your purpose? Like, you know what I mean? So it's not just, and for me, not just, you know, goals or whatever, but what do you want to be? What do you want to be viewed as? Like PBD was talking in the video. Like, how important do you want to be? You want to be walking in the room that everybody says, "Oh shit, he's here."
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh
Mhm.
shit, she's here.
And before you get to be that person, you have to like spell it out who it is exactly that you want to be so that you can start manifesting and building that character, that future you. And then anytime you feel like something is hard, just think about my future me will thank me
Yeah,
for this. And then
yeah,
and then next thing you know, it's like 6 months later and you are embodying your future
yeah,
you.
No, no, I know. Is speaking it to existence is an actual thing. I 100% believe that.
Hmm.
You know, I told myself last year. To be honest with you, I forgot what the hell I told myself, but I remember it was some positive stuff, and then I just beat it in my head, and then I forgot about it, but I
imagine if
embodied it.
Your
imagine if
subconscious
you
went to
wrote it
work on it.
down.
Yeah,
Imagine
Sorry,
if you wrote it down, like you journaled it.
it's powerful
yeah.
stuff, man.
So waking up early, be intentional about my keeping my word. And why you laughing, bro?
I'm like, no, I'm laughing because of her. I'm sorry.
What? What did I do?
I thought you were.
She's trying so hard to work on her not interrupting.
I know. Thank you for noticing.
I
Thank you for
noticed too. I noticed too.
I was like, oh
I
gosh,
noticed
I
too.
She was like,
interrupted
she was
already.
like, ooh, I'm sorry.
And then you're like, and then I'm like, all right, let me check myself because she's working really hard. I was like, I need to work really hard.
I appreciate
we
you.
had-
guys.
we had a
while they
conversation
talk-
about that.
While they talk, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, you.
I'm like, I need to write this down.
Yeah. So,
These are my people. See, they know.
yeah. So I would say definitely waking up early, go to the gym every morning, no matter what, and keeping my word, and also have others hold me accountable. I want accountability. I want you guys to hold me accountable. Damn, I'm boring. She's
It's
yawning.
because I
She's
don't
like,
get to talk, so I'm like,
so yeah. So that's that. Um, so let's start with you. So what do you say are some bad habits that have been holding you back?
One is me holding on to the past
Mm.
and not releasing things and like living in that melancholy or that
Victim mentality?
whatever. Yeah, like a victim kind of seeking I realized that a part of me was seeking love through sympathy.
Mm.
Like it's okay, you
Yeah.
know. And I never thought that I was that person, but apparently I was or whatever, you know? And that was really like a big aha moment for me this last quarter of the year because I was so blinded to that of myself.
Mm.
And I would say, you're a victim, you're a victim. But then until one day that I was by myself and I was like, hold on, am I behaving like a victim? Hmm. And those are like those hard conversations you have with yourself instead of just pointing fingers, you have to go within, self-reflect, and that was a big one for me
Okay.
because I felt like I had way more control once I figured that out.
Mm.
Like, hold on, let me get back in the driver's seat here
Mm.
and not be in the car seat crying like a baby.
Dang.
That's
That's
true.
powerful.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And for you to be able to actually hold yourself accountable and take responsibility for that, it's hard
It is.
because I've done that too.
It is hard.
So props. That's hard.
Thanks.
So what else? No,
What
don't be holding
was
back.
the question again?
Bad habits that hold you back.
I think that's like a pretty big one because it has to do with how I live my life on a day to day. Obviously, smoking all the time is not the best, but I've cut down significantly. But I also noticed for myself that if I'm genuinely like going to the gym and doing all that has really put my brain and my chemicals in my brain very happy. So I'm not even thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like an addict because if I were, I feel like I'd be like, oh, I need it all the time.
No
It doesn't
matter
matter what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I'm just in a way happier place personally. So I just feel like before I would use it to kind of feel happier in my current reality.
So like lean on it.
Yeah,
Like use it as a crutch.
like this is like what I'm looking forward to because everything else kind of is sucking the life out of me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? A lot of stresses, a lot of things, and then me having that mentality I had that I was just like in a really like low place personally. Maybe I didn't look like it to others, but inside is
Mhm.
how I felt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good one. I don't know what else other habits. I'm sure there's like so many, but bad habits.
Reckless
Anything you can
driving.
think. That's a good habit.
She's a good driver though.
Yeah.
Reckless but good.
No, I'm
It's
not
fun.
reckless. I'm aware.
It's fun though.
Yeah.
Yes. Good driver.
I don't know. I'm sure I have plenty of habits, but I feel like those are pretty big ones that spread out into
Hmm.
a lot of things.
Hmm.
You know?
Cool.
But mental state is the most important thing.
Okay. Okay. What about you,
Yeah.
Mr. Bull?
Bad habits, not writing anything down.
Mm.
I don't be like, as far as business wise, like, yo, if I book an appointment, it's all right here.
Mm-mm.
And like, even I bought that whiteboard and now I just do it on the whiteboard, but I don't feel like that's enough. I feel like I need to get more like stop being lazy about it and being more like, okay, Friday, 8:30, boom, estimate. Have the address on there ready to go so I don't gotta search for it. Boom, just gotta click it and go. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
just an in detail
I feel like that will come
schedule.
naturally to you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that's one bad habit that I have is not keeping like anything written down.
Mm.
But I'm started, you know what I'm saying? It's been like 3 months since I started writing everything down.
Mm.
That's good.
Good. So you started early.
Yeah, early. But that's one bad habit that I want to, keep. Also, another bad habit is I have a bad habit of not keeping up. Pretty sure you do it too. But like as far as we don't pre-tax at all until December. I
Mm.
haven't pre-taxed yet, and it's about to be January 1st. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I need to start being more organized,
Yeah. Yeah.
not unorganized.
I feel like you're just in control of everything versus letting it kind of winging it, kind of like, oh yeah, I'll get the address on the way there. I'll but I understand what you're saying because
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
As far as aside from all the, like the alcohol and the drugs and all that, like that's definitely like something I lack in that I need to fix like ASAP, like right now.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And accountability. I feel like we need to, once a week after the podcast or something, check on each other and hold each other accountable. Just like call outs.
Yeah.
Just like call outs. That's why like back to, everything keep going back to like company or whatever,
Business. Yeah.
but like calling out each other out,
I think that's a
holding
love
each
language.
other.
I feel like
It
that is a love
is.
language. If you're a true friend, like if I'm a friend or we're in a relationship or anything, I want you to tell me about myself. How else am I going to know besides the people who know me the best? You know what I mean? Like, how are we going to sharpen each other if we can't get real with each other?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's real love.
yeah,
If you're like everything, you're doing everything fine, you're good. I don't think that's love.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That's not love. That's not love at all. One more bad habit. My third one would be, stop being so nonchalant about everything. I'm usually like that. And then it'd be the littlest things that piss me off. And then the bigger things is just like, it'll work itself out.
Mm-hmm.
But not do anything to make it work out.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm.
And then scramble at the last minute.
Like you secretly know when you need to apply pressure, but then you're like, no, no, no.
Yeah. You need a whole I guess the bad habit would be not holding myself accountable. Right?
Deep down, you gotta just love yourself more to want the best for yourself.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree.
But that's why we're here, because we're here as a team to work together, because if we're not good at something, leverage, so we can all leverage accountability.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I did notice about you is that when we started being friends and we started talking, I noticed that you said it yourself. You were always on joke mode.
Always. I always am.
That's good though, but you changed. You got a little more serious.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like that too. I joke a lot too,
Mm-hmm.
but I try to, because at the same time, it's like, for as a business identity that you have, like it's cool to be funny and all that, but you gotta be like,
Yeah.
when it's time to be serious and get shit done, you're
Mhm.
gonna do that. But I did notice that you change a lot on that. Like, you know, you already been started on that, bro. Like you've been starting
Yeah,
to
but you
get
called
more
me out on
serious.
that. You told me about that. And that's when I'm like, oh shit, you know what? You're right. You know?
Like
I'm always on too jokey joke.
Yeah, so that's great. Were you done? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Nah,
interrupt.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. The funny thing is that, I wrote this down and I was like, we're so alike. We are so alike, because one thing that we say in our business is that you recruit who you are, and not just in business, but in life. We complain about our partners, but why do we attract that?
because we gotta work on ourselves.
Because that's what we are. We are a reflection of the 5 people that we hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we can talk about our partners, but what I see is, not you guys, but in general, most people talk about their partners, but I'm like, what about you? So what I'm saying is that we're so alike. So funny that you say that, because one of my things that I've been working on is planning, putting stuff on my schedule, because everything is here, but then I forget. I'm like, oh,
You guys, we are so alike because we're on the same tip. Literally same tip. I didn't mean to cut you off,
now you're good.
but same thing. I'm like, I need to get back to my leadership style. I need to get back to being on top of my stuff. Like I got a new planner because
I saw
when
that.
I'm on top of that, bro, it's like unstoppable,
Yeah.
unstoppable.
Yep.
But I slacked on my best self, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. It's like, it's
Nah.
okay. You'll be fine. You'll do it later.
Knowing damn well proven success from the past, but
Mhm.
then you still self-sabotage yourself. Me, I did, but getting back on the horse. But I like that we're all on the same page with the same overall goal in mind, because then we can all help each other achieve our goals faster.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about. Like it's a team, it's a team effort. How are you gonna take over the world by yourself? You
You
can't.
can.
You need an army.
Like, hold up. Like Uncle Joey says, you only need 3 motherfuckers, and you'll take take over the
Over the
world.
world,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So that's legit. And it's funny going back to we're so alike is that I said, hey, let's get together tomorrow and let's do some work if you're not after I'm busy in the morning, but then afternoon I can meet up with you. You're like, yes. And then she texts me and she's like, shoot, I was supposed to have lunch with Toro today.
Yeah, but then she told me we're gonna talk today.
That's what I'm saying. But guess what? When that happens, I was like, we're so alike. We're so alike. Because then I'm like, I do the same shit, bruh. I do the same thing.
And it was because of the same thing that you do, which is not write things down, that I didn't write it down. And so I'm
Mhm.
putting everything in my brain like, okay, I have this estimate, I have to do this
Yes.
design, I have to do this, I have to do this meeting, I have to go to this lunch.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it's like I test myself to see if I'm that good to remember it all.
And
You know?
Yeah. You know what, dude? I used to think Jake, Jake, the podcast, shout out
Yeah.
All Emotion. Jake, he would have this Google calendar. I used to be like, oh my God, this dude's so anal.
But that shit
But
works.
that's
He's
really what it
organized.
is. Yes,
He's
he's so
organized.
organized. And
He's
I'm like, you
organized.
know what?
He's
I
organized.
think that's what I need.
Of course it is.
Yeah, no, for real.
And
Nah,
he's so
it
in
is.
debt with it, right?
Yeah, dude. So this right here is so simple. Hey, let's do this tomorrow. Let me check my schedule. Put it in there. Put it in there. Put everything that you got to do. Put it on your schedule. If you're, I got that from Greg Brown. If you're gonna go to church, put it on your schedule that you're gonna go to church. Even though you're gonna go to church,
Right.
Put it
Just
there.
do it.
Yeah.
put everything on your
Make
schedule.
it a habit, right?
Make it a habit. Not just that. When you look at your schedule and you see packed, you're like, man,
You feel
I'm getting things
accomplished.
done.
Yeah.
I'm getting things done.
And you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, I'm getting things done. So we're so alike. Once again, I'm working on planning because guess what? If you don't plan, if you don't put in your schedule, that means that you don't really value your time. If you really think deep about it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true.
So that's and another thing that you said, not winging things, being prepared,
Showing up for yourself.
and starting with putting things on your calendar. You know what I mean? Another thing, I just got a brain fart. What do I always say?
Another thing.
Hopefully nobody heard that.
I'm gonna amplify the sound.
No, chill. So I'm just. Did I say three
Well,
things?
yeah. So we left off at we're all the same, and I wanted to circle back with for you guys. Find your tribe, find your
Mhm.
people, find your crew that you are like fired up to be with them, fired up to like achieve goals because
Mhm.
that's maybe at home your environment isn't the best. Maybe your parents, you live with your parents, whatever the case may be, or
Mhm.
you're on a path that they're not on the same path. So find the people that will walk the path with you
Mhm.
because it makes all the difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree. I mean, everybody has friends that they hang around with. I'm not saying like don't hang around with them. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, just because you're trying to reinvent yourself, don't just stop hanging around with people you love just because they're not on the same, I guess, train you're in. It's just that you have to do it strategically,
Right.
instead of every weekend. Why not once, twice a month, or once a
Yeah.
month? And
Cut it
like
down.
you, 2 hours. That's my limit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's the perfect thing to do. Like if you go on football Sunday or whatever, okay, cool. After church or whatever, go to football Sunday with your boys.
Yeah. Have some
Watch the
decompression
game, but
time.
don't overdo it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's me. Like we well,
Me
not
too.
no more, but
Me too.
before
Me too.
it was like, yo, you have no cap, like no ceiling. Like it's just let's go. Football
To the face!
Sunday.
Bro,
Let's go.
Going back to that.
Uh-huh.
Did you have something to say? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't know, probably, but who cares? It's okay.
My favorite day to party. My favorite day to party was Sunday.
Really?
Why?
It was
I don't
crazy.
understand that.
It
All
was-
the
Sunday always makes
Mexicans-
me think about
all
Monday.
Mexicans love partying on Sunday. I'm
I
like,
guess it's
why?
because I guess
Es el
on
Día de
Sunday
Dios.
on Sunday back in the day, like we used to go to my cousin's house and my parents would would barbecue and my uncles are drinking and but I used to love going to like clubbing on Sundays. Yeah. There was this place called Sunglass Sundays. They used to be at they used to call it Sunglass Sundays. It was a rooftop at a party at DuPont in damn, I forgot the name of the bar. Anyway, so we'll go there and we'll be there by like 3 p.m. And I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna be out of there because I gotta work tomorrow. Depending, because my schedule in the car business was either being there early in the morning at 9 o'clock or I'll be there at 12. So depending on that, I'll be like, man, I don't want to be hurting tomorrow. Bruh. I will always take off on Sundays and I'll end up at the party until closing time, 2 a.m. wrecked.
Not giving no F's.
No, bro. No. So that was me. And I was like, it's crazy. I was just thinking back yesterday. I was like, man, you just said it's okay to hang out with your friends. I went cold turkey on everything.
You just went one day to the next. Like,
I said, that's it. That's it. So I lost a lot of friends, I would say. Not connections, but I lost a lot of friends. I would say a lot of them, it's not like they were too valuable anyways, I would say.
I was gonna say
Oh, they
like
didn't value we didn't value each other. It was more like just a party friendship.
mhm.
What were you gonna say?
what I noticed throughout that process of the journey is, well, I started asking myself, is going here going to serve me? Is doing this going to serve me?
Yeah.
How is this really the best use of my time
Yeah.
when I know I should probably be reading these books? You know, because then when you go to that party that sucks, you talk whack shit to the people. You're like, oh yes, how's the weather?
Yeah.
Oh. And it's like, you know, did I
How's
really
the
waste my
weather?
time for this?
You just remind. I'm sorry to interrupt. You just reminded me of Uncle Joey. Uncle Joey would be like, "Oh my God, my friends. Oh, about your friends."
I don't.
But go ahead.
So yeah, I would just like kind of like be in the moment. Like, is this what I really want to be doing with my time? I think I would much rather be home just with myself.
Hmm.
Because you know, sometimes you get in that like, oh, party for this person, party for this person.
Yeah.
Then the weekend is done. Then you're back to the same routine, and then the next weekend is something else to keep you busy.
Living for Friday.
Got no
Not
rest.
just that, but you know, a family party, a family. Somebody always has some baby shower or some birthday or some funeral or something, right? But you kind of have. I just decided like, I need to get like the reins again and take control of my life because I just felt like I was just like and going everywhere and not doing anything with my life.
Mhm.
That was
So
me.
yeah,
That was me from 18 to 30.
But check this out. Like,
30.
but with us, it's like we don't. I'm not into that. I'm not into partying. People try to get me to go partying last weekend. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll stay home, smoke my weed. I'm good. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But like with us, it's like we can have fun just going out to dinner and talking business.
I can have fun going on a walk
Yeah.
for real.
I love hiking.
No, but I'm just saying like
Social gathering.
there's always like even if we're just chilling, having fun,
Yeah.
maybe a drink, maybe
Yeah.
food, like we're always integrating business with having fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We integrating, accountability with having fun. Like
Yeah.
I remember when we went out to dinner the last time, we talked about so much.
Mhm.
We didn't even talk about what we went there to talk about.
Yeah.
But
We
yeah,
did,
it's
we
good
did,
vibes.
but
It's good vibes.
Somewhat. It was like the last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Mhm. But
But
that's
it's-
good. That's that energy we want, not like real
Yeah.
dry. Then this not the good
Mhm.
flow, you know.
So I remember going back to business, always talking about business. I remember PBD will be like, yeah, even vacations, because we as entrepreneurs, we can leverage that for tax purposes.
Mhm.
Go on vacation and then with your team, and then you rent out, like
A villa.
something
Mhm.
to
In Virginia
have
Beach or
a
something.
business meeting. Guess what? You have a little bit of time to talk about business. The whole trip is a tax write-off.
Mhm.
But that's integration.
It's like when you do good things happen to you. When you're on your purpose, when you're on your track, it's like I don't know. It's just designed that way. You feel me? Once you start doing bad, you get bad. When it just works that way. Don't want to simplify it too much, but that's basically what it is.
No, you're right. It is integration.
Integration.
That's all I'm thinking about now. Is like integration. Like,
Integration,
you
bro.
know, I know it was PVD, but really, it's shout out Chris Hart. That's why I
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
it from.
Yeah. I got that from Matt Paula. Because he'll say, people talk about work-life balance. Why not integrate?
Yeah, because balancing, I'm imagining like, this. But when I feel and I hear integration is like everything just work like a braid. It just works together.
Like, for example, you are working, and then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go have lunch with my daughter today. Or I'm gonna take her to the office today. And then the next day, whatever. But it's like you're integrating.
Hmm.
Or have lunch with your significant other. Why? Because you're a business owner and you can leverage, because we're building businesses on leverage that you don't have to be there the whole time for you to make money.
That's like the old model.
You're building leaders that can back you up, and you can all integrate. That's what most people don't get. I can't. I don't think I can ever have a job again.
Yeah, me either. We had that conversation the other day, right?
I can't, because I'm busy all day, and then we meet up today. We go to the mall. We were supposed to do something for our business together, but she was doing her stuff, and I was like, you know what? I had some things to take care of, but it was integration. We're having lunch, conversating, conversing, not conversating, conversing, and it's like integration.
And getting shit done.
Yeah,
If you hang out with a person and you don't get the shit done, reevaluate the seriousness of your interaction. Because sometimes we get excited and we're like chit chatting the whole time, but then you don't get your things accomplished. So when you meet or when you have the people or when you say, no, I'm going to be serious about this,
Yeah.
purposeful about this
Yep.
meeting today and really get shit done. You set the tone for every other time too with that person or with your people.
That's true. That's true. And if we would, I'm sure one of us would be like, "Yo, we're just BSing, and we're not
Mhm.
doing what we got to do. Hey, let's focus.
yeah.
Let's just like
Yeah.
Mhm.
let's get this done. Then we'll, let's have fun."
Yeah.
Has anyone ever said to you, "Why you always talk about business? Why you always bring business up?"
all the time?
Well, I haven't had anybody say that to me. I've probably been the one to say that to somebody.
Oh, really?
Because I'm like, I don't know. I'm like the girl. So the person that I said it to, they were like always talking about business.
Mm.
And I'm like, give me something else. Like, hey, you look good today.
Of course, yeah,
You know?
obviously. But I'm
That's why.
saying, like,
But yeah.
I'm saying
Yeah.
just having like regular friendships, and then you just start talking about business.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but like I
No
feel like
one-
I've eliminated a lot of those friends over time. I'm just like, it has to be this,
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
We need to talk to them again.
Yeah, we need to talk to them again. But no, that's crazy, because to me, I always say that, business for me is part of my lifestyle already.
Mhm.
It really is.
I mean, it has to be if that's your ultimate goal is to.
It really is. We can talk a little bit about this, joke a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's like, all right, share some knowledge, or share some wisdom, or talk about leadership, or talk about sales, or talk about, I learned this new thing that you should check it out in your business. I'm pretty sure it will work. Not mine. It will work. And I get people to say that to me all the time. I'm like, maybe you're just talking to the wrong person. Maybe I'm not that type of person that is not just gonna, oh, my friends, or the weather. Like, oh, Uncle Joe is
The weather.
hilarious. You know what I mean? The political,
What's up, them
the,
cowboys?
the political climate, man. We'll talk a little bit about that, but it's just like, man, at the end of the day, it's like, how can we better ourselves? How can we better our families? How can we make more money so we can leverage more time and have fun for real faster?
Yeah, I feel like when I did have friends that would talk business and I didn't like it. This was like maybe 10 years ago, or like 8 to 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
7 to 10 years ago. I kind of felt insecure in talking about it.
Mm.
I felt that's why I didn't like talking to that specific person that talked about business a lot, because I felt insecure myself. I felt littler. I felt less than,
Mm.
but now I don't care who I talk to. We can talk business. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I have some insight that they don't,
Mm-hmm.
or we can both just feed off of each other some way,
Yes.
somehow.
Value.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I
Sharing
mean?
value.
Like, I want to hear all about your Fortune 500 business and how you got it. I want to
Mhm.
hear all about
Mhm.
it, because I got questions. I need advice.
Yeah.
And how can I get there in 10 years?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because I remember the first couple events that we went to for our conferences, and I would hear like, go ask them questions, like like Matt Sapala, Chris Hart, people like that. Go ask them questions, and I'm like, what would I ask? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna ask. And another thing is my ego. I'm like, man, they're just people. Instead of viewing it as,
An opportunity.
look, I'm going through this right now, like this, and that. I know you went through this because we all go through stuff like this because we're growing. What did you do when you were in my situation? How did you get out of it so I can use the same? What would you recommend me doing? That's type of questions, you know what I mean? Or like I'm having issues with my spouse and we're business and there's da, da, da. Did you guys do that? I, Now it's like, yes, man, I want to ask those questions. And I do. But before I was just like, no, like you said, I feel less than. And
Yeah.
also to just to make myself feel better, I'm like, they're just another human being. Just because they have money don't mean, So
Yep.
so
Nah,
yeah.
I agree. Hey, damn, an hour went by already.
Oh,
For
for real?
real?
Yeah, I mean, do you want to give like any last words, remarks, or anything? Words of encouragement, whatever.
My advice is always journal. Please, please take it serious, and then we can provide some science backed up information to solidify the case. But journal, um, take inventory of your time. People do food journal. Like,
Mhm.
just take inventory of your time and see where you're putting your time. If
Mhm.
you're like on the way, if you're trying to get to if you feel like you're stuck or you're trying to get somewhere, but you're like, I'm not sure why I'm not meeting success faster,
Mhm.
then take inventory of your time. Take a moment to like stop, pause, really take it all in and dissect yourself. Kind of look at yourself from above and be like, all right. And then just write down, where do I need to tighten up?
Mhm.
I feel like those little things every like 3 months, or you can do it sooner, is really gonna
Yeah.
help keep us in line, or
Yeah.
whoever.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Mhm.
What about you, Oscar?
So one thing that I noticed lately is that people reach out to me and they ask me questions. You know what I mean? They're interested in learning more about. Someone reached out to me and said, "I'm interested in learning more about your passion in your career."
Mhm.
And I'm an entrepreneur. Obviously, I do things completely different, but I would love to get insight. Feel free, guys, to reach out to us. You know what I mean? We've been through a lot. We've been through a lot. I feel like all of us together, we have wealth of wisdom. Um, so feel free to reach out to us. Feel free to ask for recommendations for books. Another person, reach out to me and say, "Hey, I'm going through this. I feel stuck." And I was like, "Okay, great." And I got to know that person a little bit. They told me a little bit. I asked them a couple questions, and I
Mhm.
recommended a book. And it's funny because that person was like, "That book is my life. This is crazy." And I was gonna recommend one book, but then I was like, you know what? After what they told me, I was like, you know what? Nah, you need to read "Can't Hurt Me" by Get David Goggins. And that person was like, "Thank you so much, man. I'm getting so much value out of this book." And we love to help people. We love to bring value to you guys. So don't be afraid to reach out to us and say, "Hey, I got a question. This, and that." We'll be more than happy to give you a little bit of guidance, share some wisdom, recommend some books. And what do you guys think about us doing like maybe like a get together or like kind of like a network event?
I would
So,
love that.
for
Mhm.
even for like entrepreneurs
a
or
mixer.
people that just want to learn more about entrepreneurship. Like,
Yeah.
how can I get involved and start making some extra income or get involved around entrepreneurships?
Because I will say, it's like when you're trying to grow out your hair phase. That leaving this to go into this. It's like a weird, and it takes time to decide. I don't want to be part of this world, and I want to start my own thing.
Mhm.
So we're here to
Yeah.
provide insight
Yeah,
and guidance if you want it.
yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, for real, for real. Like I was telling you earlier, like, yo, we haven't made it yet, but in our mind, we've made it. It's right here,
And we're on the way,
we've made
bro.
it. We're on the way to make it.
We're on the way.
Um, like I was telling him earlier this week, I was just like, yo, like, this podcast, we're talking all about business, entrepreneurship, our journey, all that, right? And just because you have a W-2 and the only thing you have is a W-2 doesn't mean this podcast isn't for you.
Mhm.
This podcast is to encourage you too, because you could do it too.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't made that leap yet, but you're thinking about it,
Mhm.
hit us up. We might know somebody that can put you on.
Yeah.
Especially if you feel that.
And let me tell you something. Putting you on does not mean here's a plate of food, boom, here, eat it.
Let me feed it to you.
Let me feed it to you too. No, put on means I can connect you to somebody that you could probably pick their brain. Y'all gonna have a conversation, and from that, just from one conversation, you could learn so much information and take that leap you're waiting to do.
Mhm.
Yep, because that's basically entrepreneurship. Just keep going.
And another
No
thing
matter
is, one of the biggest mistakes that I made into entrepreneurship was thinking that I can just jump and take that leap of faith instead of being a part-time entrepreneur, having, but
Structure.
that made me really strong though, mentally. But most people, what they can do is you don't gotta go home, sit on your couch and watch TV the whole afternoon after you
Yo,
get off work.
After you've been already sitting down all day long.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to sit down and have a beer every single night or smoke a joint every single night. You know what I mean?
Can we just say that in January, please?
you know what? You just ruined the whole podcast. All right, guys. Thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.
Nah, for real though. You can actually little by little change your life little by little as you have your full-time job, as you have your 9 to 5. Just make more money, man.
Yeah, and that's where the small promises come in. Maybe you say, you know what? I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna cut down. Maybe one less day. 1 day less.
Mhm.
Yeah,
1 day
it's
less.
all about working.
Baby steps. Some people can rip the band-aid, but a lot of people can't.
Yeah.
So just start
It hurts, though.
weaning,
It hurts.
weaning
Trust me.
yourself.
Hurts.
No, I
Yeah.
understand. Trust me.
And check this out. Imagine him 10 years ago.
With
Now look at
hair.
him.
Just joking.
Look
Him
at her
too.
10 years ago. Look at her now. Look at me 10 years ago. Now look at me.
Yo,
10 years ago, I was so scared to say, I'm an interior designer. It felt so weird to say that about myself. It felt so like foreign. And then over time, I started to feel good and confident about myself. And now I'm like, hell yeah, I'm an interior designer. I'll design your whole life. Because I believe in myself.
Oh,
Okay.
how real quick, 10 years ago, something that comes up to mind that you were like, oh man.
Oh, man, what?
For example, me 10 years ago, I hated when somebody asked me, what do you do? Because I hated my job. Even though I make income, I would take it so my ego would be like, okay, how much money do you make? I'm like, bro, they're just asking, like trying to network. Like, what do you do? My stupid self could have been like, I'm a car salesman. I sell cars. Here's my card. But I'll go out and I'll take it personal. Ego and just like mentally, just you guys want to hear one last thing? I used to think my life was a movie.
My
I
name is
used to-
Tony Montana.
Yeah, I used to think my life was a movie, man.
Stealing cars and shit.
Gone in
Nah, I
60
never
seconds.
stole cars.
No, but you wanted to, though.
That was when I was younger. when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, he's like, I want to be an auto theft.
Yeah. so so that was a great conversation. Once again, I feel like we're growing, and I'm super excited for this year to come. I'm super excited to see you guys as the updated, the upgraded person. It's like you when
Yeah.
you update your app.
I'm excited
I'm looking forward to
to
seeing
seeing
that.
us December 2023.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna be like,
On episode,
Ooh-cha.
that would be episode 56, 60. Yeah, something like that.
Thank God, because I live with y'all. I'm like, yo, what was this? I'm like,
all right, guys,
12
it's
plus
getting
20.
late. Thank you for tuning in. We love you guys. Share, follow, subscribe, everything.
Oh, one last thing.
Comment, like,
What?
share.
One last thing.
What?
We never talked about why I'm single.
Oh my God.
Oh.